Well, good morning to all of our viewers in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Southwest Missouri. And hopefully having a great start to your day, and hopefully you're having a little bit cooler start to the day, because starting off warm this morning, it's only going to get warmer this afternoon. Every now and then, it's a rough day to be in the forecasting seat, because you don't want to be the bearer of bad news, because, well, we've got some very hot temperatures on the way. So believe me, I know many of you don't like these temperatures. I personally don't like these temperatures. I grew up in North Texas my whole life, and I was hoping to get away from some of this heat that you see behind me. And unfortunately, it's a set time of the year. Sometimes we get these heat waves like this, and they're just unavoidable. So today, consider it kind of a weather alert day, but not in the terms of storms. Take it as a day that you just need to be aware of the heat, right? And, we're not going to have, a whole lot of, attention or anything like that on anything else today. The main story is going to be the heat. And the reason it's the main story is, I know there's a lot of people, you may be doing some contracting work, some yard work. You may do some workouts outside, athletic associations, stuff like that. You may be a construction worker. Regardless of what you are in terms of your role outside for work, please take it, easy today, and make sure that you're protecting yourself from the heat, because this is dangerous heat when you get to these levels. Not only are we going to be majority triple digits for the afternoon highs today, there will be some areas in the upper 90s potentially, but when you have the triple digit heat and the high humidity, then you lead to some more significant issues with the feels like temperatures. And right now, it's looking like we could see some heat index values anywhere from 100 to 115. That's why we have extreme heat warnings for many locations. As you're watching this update, if you're watching on the live stream, we do have a little box beneath the video that has the watches, warnings, and all the alerts below in that little bar that's underneath the video. The areas in purple, those are going to be extreme heat warnings. The areas in orange, those are going to be in the heat advisories. I do think that there's a chance that maybe some areas see maybe some expansion to the extreme heat warnings that were not included in it yesterday or yesterday evening. But it's going to be very hot today. It's going to be one of those days that you're not going to be able to just power through after a 5-minute break in the shade. You're going to want to stay hydrated. You're going to want to take breaks, potentially 30 to 45 minutes in the AC, and then limit the time that you have outside. It's not going to be one of those days that you can work outside all day long, and then a couple of breaks here and there, 5 minutes, stuff like that. It's going to be dangerous to be outside prolonged if you're working and doing any sort of physical activity. So I just want you to take care of yourself today. Not only that, take care of your pets, take care of your children. If you're someone that has any sort of illness or respiratory issues and you're impacted by the heat, make sure you're protecting yourself from the heat today. It's probably not the best day to be outside, especially for prolonged periods in time. Just take care of yourself. Check up on your neighbor if they have any sort of issues like that as well. Again, it's just that time of year. We're not trying to overhype this or scare you with this heat, but this is the type of heat that I just want you to take seriously and protect yourself from the heat because it is going to be quite warm outside. And I know, a lot of people got stuff to do outside. You may be a worker that does things outside in general. Just take care of yourself today. It's going to be very warm outside. Here's a look at what we got with the rain chances. Only around 10 to 20% chance for maybe a pop-up shower or two. Not expecting anything widespread. If we do see activity, it'll be hit or miss, maybe 1 or 2 storms. And then in terms of the rain totals, maybe a couple tenths of an inch, but we're not expecting a whole lot of rain activity today. Kind of like what we've seen the last couple of days where you get 1 or 2 storms in the afternoon. That's about it. And for any morning commuters, here's a look at the Foghorns morning fog outlook. And you can see the good news is when we get to this level of heat and humidity, it kind of eliminates the ingredients that are needed for, any sort of fog activity. So we're not expecting any sort of major impacts this morning. That's a look at the Foghorns morning fog outlook. Huge shout out to them for sponsoring our channel. We are so appreciative to have them here as a sponsor. Please support them like they support us. You can find them in Springdale and in Fayetteville, an Arkansas original since 2004. Like I said, be sure to support them like they support us. Very appreciative to have them as a sponsor on the channel. And I mean, it's an important graphic because morning commuters, you want to make sure that there's no issues if you're getting on the road in the morning. So be sure to check that out with all of our forecast segments. And coming up, we'll have a look at that extended forecast and your 7-day forecast as well, coming up right after this break. If you like our media and forecast, be sure to support us today on Patreon. You can advertise with us this storm season and throughout the year. Contact us today for availability and pricing. Weather 225 since 2015. All right, and here's your extended forecast. We're still trending into the above average temperatures, not only above, but well to even highly above average, is starting to make its way further and further into the central and southern plains. That means that our actual air temperatures are going to be pretty much an issue if you're not a fan of hot weather going forward. It's just that time of year, July, August, September, that's typically when we see our hottest temperatures. And then also, we're still trending into the average range for some precipitation. So it's not going to fully eliminate rain chances. It's also not meaning that it's going to be, overly rainy either. Just kind of in that normal range, which is typical for this time of year for maybe those afternoon pop-ups because, we're getting some of that moisture into the area. Every now and then you get a little bit of a triggering mechanism for the activity, then you get some pop-up rain like we've seen the last couple of days. So one thing that we're keeping an eye on is not only the heat today, it's going to be dangerously hot, so please protect yourself from that heat today and your pets. The other thing too, a system arrives later tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures, they do drop. You're not going to feel it because we're still going to be in the 90s, so don't expect it to be, 105 and then we go down to 70. That's not what we're talking about. We're still going to be in the 90s for the foreseeable future. It is going to be a little bit cooler, if you will. And then the next thing that we're looking at is by the time we get to the late week, into the late weekend, early week next week, there's going to be some high pressure that starts to swing back into the area. And that means that those temperatures are going to go up. The unfortunate news is that tropical system that's making its way into South Texas, that's also going to be swinging in. And that's when you're going to start to see those temperatures rising back into the upper 90s, even some triple digits. And there's also going to be the potential that that increase in moisture is going to lead to some pretty significant heat index values once again. Here's a look at what we got for the River Valley. Dangerously hot today. Cooler tomorrow. I say that in quotations because notice still triple digits forecasted, but keep in mind this may change by the midday update. We do update our forecasts off and on throughout the day. Triple digits by the weekend into early next week. Same with Northeast Oklahoma. Very similar forecast to the River Valley. Just make sure you're prepared for the heat, not only today, also tomorrow, weekend, early next week. And as Southwest Missouri, same thing. A little bit of an increase in those rain chances coming up on Friday. Now, most of the area will see some rain chances on Friday. Northwest Arkansas, Southwest Missouri look right now to have the higher rain chances coming up on Friday. So we'll let you know the very latest. Stay cool today. Stay tuned for the latest. We'll be here. We'll track all these temperatures and more on Weather 225.